Did you know that tens of millions of people are trapped in some form of slavery throughout the world today? Of those people, 12.5% are forced into sex slavery. This is from Free the Slaves, a nonprofit organization. Sex trafficking is a growing epidemic. Every year, 100,000 children are prostituted in the U.S. This is from Heat Watch, a 5-point program assigned to combat human trafficking. Sex trafficking occurs most on the internet. Most common places include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media websites. This is why it is extremely important for us to monitor our children and teen usage on the internet. As sex trafficking is now on the rise, it would be good for us to know why it is on the rise, warning signs that someone is being trafficked, and also the mental health issues someone endures as a survivor. There are two reasons why sex trafficking is on the rise. The first reason is social media. It's easy for sex traffickers to groom their victims over the internet, often connecting with vulnerable youth. Many vulnerable youth get sucked in by someone telling them how pretty they are and by promising them a life of lavish things. This is from sci.org. As the age of children receiving phones becomes increasingly younger, it is important to monitor their usage closely. The second reason sex trafficking is on the rise is because of huge events such as the Super Bowl or any event that draws a huge crowd. Law enforcement have observed that as a huge sporting event draws near, ads for escorts and commercial sex increase rapidly. This is found on unanimainternational.org. Next, I want to talk about the warning signs and behaviors that signify an individual is being trafficked. The warning signs include them having signs of physical abuse, such as bruises on arms or face. They start dressing in a provocative way. When they are in class, they seem overly tired. And lastly, a person being trafficked may be withdrawn and depressed. Some behaviors a pimp or sex trafficker might have is often becoming very jealous, controlling, or violent to friends or loved ones. They also start promising things that seem too good to be true. Oftentimes, they become vague about his or her profession, and also they encourage inappropriate sexual behaviors. Rebecca Bender is a sex trafficking survivor, and she stated, "I was branded twice, having 2 men tattoo their names on my back like a piece of cattle. My face had been broken in 5 places. I was hospitalized for dehydration and overexhaustion and had been to jail 7 times." This is from wherethorn.org. Lastly, I want to talk about mental health issues that survivors of sex trafficking might have and some of the mental health treatments that is available for sex trafficked victims. I found another quote from Rebecca Bender that says, "Running was not the hard part. The hard part was starting over at 26 with an 8-year-old daughter and being homeless." Many victims have psychological issues and mental health issues. such as anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder. They often turn to drugs and alcohol to mask the pain. However, there are a couple mental health treatments available for sex trafficked victims, such as cognitive processing therapy, which is a therapy to help people recover from post-traumatic stress disorder. It's usually a 12-session run, and it has been proven to help with PTSD. And also there is what is called prolonged exposure therapy, which is a therapy that is proven to reduce PTSD. It is often used on military men and women. This is from appapsych.net. In conclusion, you now know why sex trafficking is on the rise, the behaviors and warning signs of sex trafficked victims, and the mental health issues of survivors. It is very important to monitor your children and teens' internet usage and be aware of people around you, because they could be being trafficked. Also, it is important to know that there is help for sex trafficked victims.